Hi, Karita. How are you today?
I'm good.
So the last time we met, you had decided to go to the hospital, and I met you when you left the hospital. So do you want to tell me a little bit about what was happening? What was your thought process when you decided to go into the hospital?
Well, I wasn't feeling well. I was feeling sad.
You was feeling sad. So it sounds like things are going on in your life that are making you down. Do you want to tell me a little bit more about what's going on?
Mm, I don't know. I'm just not happy right now. I don't have my own place.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any money.
Mm-hmm.
I get a little bit of money. It's not a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm staying with my daughter and the kids, and they're getting on my nerves. I love them, but I don't know if I want to stay with them anymore.
Right. So it sounds like your living situation is not making you happy. It sounds like you're a little overwhelmed with living with your daughter and her kids, and you're just not happy right now.
Yeah, no, I'm not. But I'm doing good, I guess.
Yes. So it sounds like you're not too sure about what's actually going on, but you know for sure that you're not feeling happy.
No.
So when you went into the hospital, at that point you were feeling really unhappy and you wanted to seek some help.
Yeah, I don't even know how I made it to the hospital.
So you didn't go in by yourself or somebody took you in?
I don't remember. I was hanging out,
Mm-hmm.
and next thing I know, I woke up and I was in the hospital.
So when you say you was hanging out, because it sounds a little bit like maybe were you using at that time? Because I know you have a history of using.
Yeah, I was out with some friends,
Mm-hmm.
and we was doing some stuff.
You was doing some stuff.
Yes.
So it sounds like you were using.
Maybe.
Now, I know you have a history of using, so right before you use, you're hanging out with your friends. It sounds like maybe you want to get some things off of your mind. What were you thinking of at that moment?
I just wanted to have a good time. I wanted to feel better.
So you wanted to feel better. Feel better from what? You're feeling sad. What's in your mind at that moment? When you're feeling sad and you're feeling down.
Just didn't want to feel that way no more. I just didn't want to feel sad no more.
Right.
So that's why I went to use. I didn't want to feel that way no more. Feeling helpless.
Mm-hmm.
And just depressed.
Mm-hmm.
And feeling a little lonely.
Right.
So I just didn't want to feel that way no more. And I didn't know what else to do, so I went out and had some fun.
So I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about an intervention that is really helpful when you're feeling down like that or when you have negative thoughts.
There's nothing that's going to stop me from feeling down.
There's nothing going to stop you from feeling down. So do you even want to probably just listen to it? Maybe you can try it.
I'll listen.
Okay, so it's an intervention called CBT and cognitive behavioral therapy, which means that when we think something negative, it affects our feelings. So if you're thinking that you're worthless or useless, then that may make you feel sad, and that sadness will lead to those behaviors like drug use. I know you have a history of gambling. So our thoughts really fuel our feelings and actions. So does that make sense to you?
A little bit.
Now, knowing that, there are some ways that we can help you think better thoughts.
How?
Well, we can look at your strengths. Look at...
What strengths? I don't have no strengths.
You have a lot of strengths, Karita. You have a lot of strengths. You're friendly. I've seen you several times and you're friendly. You look very helpful. You've been helping at home with the kids. You have a lot of strengths. So we want you to start thinking about those strengths. Instead of thinking about the negative things, think about the positive things. You said before that you felt useless. You're not useless because you help your family with the kids. And that's very useful.
I guess you're right.
So what I would like us to really do is try to work on changing these negative thoughts to positive ones. And that's going to help you feel better about yourself. And then your behaviors should change.
I guess.
Okay. Today, what we're going to do, and this is something that I want you to do every day for this next week. And it's called a daily mood log. So what you're going to do is really just log how you feel every day. If you're feeling sad, if you're feeling angry, happy on a certain day, I want you to log those feelings. Log those thoughts and the feelings that go with those thoughts. So say you wake up one morning and you're thinking, I'm just sad. I'm just, I can't do anything right. Or I'm not getting anything done. Or I'm not doing anything with my life. You have to write those thoughts down. When you write those thoughts down, I want you to write also how those thoughts made you feel in that moment.
Well, give me an example. That seems like...
Okay, so for example, I woke up this morning and in my mind I felt, or you woke up this morning and in your mind you felt... I
felt sad.
Right, so that's the feeling, but I want you to tell me what were you thinking in your mind when you woke up and felt sad. What was your first thought?
I was thinking about my mom.
Okay, you were thinking about your mom.
I was thinking about my mom and
Mm-hmm.
her not being here anymore.
Okay.
And just things that has happened to me in the past.
Okay, so you were thinking about things that has happened to you in the past. And do you feel like those things define you?
No, but they haunt me.
They haunt you. Do you want to talk about some of the things that haunt you?
No, not really.
Not
I'm
really.
not ready to talk about that yet.
So it sounds like some negative thoughts come up in your mind about your mom and things that happened to you. And when you think about those things, it makes you sad.
Yes.
Okay. So what we want to do is try to make you put a different meaning to those things that happened to you. It's going to take a little time. It's not going to be a one-day fix. But if we could try to catch those thoughts and, in the middle of it and try some interventions that will help you change those thoughts from negative to positive, or at least change the meaning that you have attached to those thoughts. Does that make any sense?
A little.
So you think about your mom and things that happened to you. I know that you had a lot of trauma in the past, and those things probably change the way you see the world and see yourself. So we want you to look past those things and think about the positives in life.
Okay.
And and also your strengths and what have gotten you so far, thus far, because you've been doing really well. And so, do you think this is something that you would be able to do at home?
I can try it.
Okay,
But if
so
I'm feeling sad every day, is that what you want on my piece of paper every day?
every day, however you're feeling, but I want you to also write the thoughts that you were thinking before you, or that led to you feeling sad.
I feel like that's going to make me sadder.
That's going to make you sadder.
Writing down all these sad things.
Right. So I understand what you're saying, just thinking about, but we definitely want to try to record it. But if it's too hard for you, then maybe you don't have to do it every day. If you feel like it's making you sadder, we can try to slowly work on you, facing these thoughts. Because I don't want to re-traumatize you, so we can slowly, it doesn't have to be an everyday thing. For this week, maybe you can try to do one of these one day, and then next week we'll talk about what happened, and how you felt throughout the week.
Okay.
Does that feel like it will work better for you?
I think that's okay. When do we see each other again next week?
So we can see each other next Saturday, just like we saw each other today. So a week from today.
Okay.
Now, do you want to recap what we talked about?
Yes.
Okay, so we talked about you thinking about your mom and thinking about things that happened to you and how those things make you feel. I explained to you cognitive behavioral therapy and how we can change those negative thoughts in order to change how you feel. So does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Well, thank you very much, Karita, for coming out today. And I hope that we can get more progress and you can feel better as the sessions go along.
I hope this works. I'll give it a try.
Thank you so much.
No problem.